Happy Monday, everyone! You made it to week 3. You're doing great. You're doing so well. You're starting to develop a routine, right? So if things would have gone as planned, you actually would have taken the star last week. That's insane. So I do have an announcement. Houston Food Bank will be continuing its efforts to distribute food at 25 different locations. So that is still going on. One more thing I do want to add is that grades are due today, Monday, April 13th. So go through, double check that you've done all your assignments, and then you should have a grade that you're proud of on your report card. Last week, you were assigned the short story, The Nose by Nikolai Gogol. And this is actually a work that was published in the 1800s. It was written in Russia. The language is a little bit different. And some of you noticed that. The more time passes, the more language progresses and stories change. So this is actually considered to be a comedy. You might be thinking Kevin Hart and his Netflix special. That's not quite the comedy this is covering. So it seems a little bit absurd. This man literally loses his nose, and a barber smells that his wife is cooking bread, and he's like, I need some of that bread. And he finds that there is a nose, literally a nose in his bread. The wife demanded that he get rid of it, so he tries to throw it into a river, but the police think that his actions were kind of sketchy. Don't throw anything into rivers, but especially people. So basically, throughout the story, they go on this wild nose chase, and this poor man, he doesn't have a nose on his face. Think like Voldemort, maybe? No. Finally catches his nose, and then he realizes he can't reattach his nose, thinks he's been cursed out of spite because he wouldn't marry this woman's daughter, and it's a mess. He ends up getting his nose back, reattaches it, everything is one with the world, including his face. Despite being considered a short story, it was pretty long. That's something that you'll need to consider though at the beginning of the week. That way you don't push it off until Thursday night where you realize, oh no, I'm screwed. Don't do that to yourself. Check the assignment sheet, look over the assignments for the week. So just make sure that you're considering what you have to work with and the amount of time you have to work with it, okay? So this week's theme is one of my very favorites. It's empathy. And it's really important as you grow older and start to understand relationships and interactions with people, how empathy plays a part in your life. It's crucial for us to have empathy during this pandemic. We need to be able to provide comfort and closure and a feeling of security. Trying to put yourself in someone else's shoes to understand their situation. I'm gonna have you watch a little video that does a really good job of explaining the difference between sympathy and empathy and how empathy plays a part in our day-to-day life. Just a few reminders. We use Microsoft Teams to communicate. You can chat or you can video conference. And I'm happy to video conference with you. It's not weird, I promise. And then use Google Classroom for your assignments. You'll have a reading, a writing, and a TED Talk, as well as the extra credit. Now, if you're just dying for something to do, write me something. I would be overjoyed to read it. It's supposed to be sunny this week, so get outside, get a little bit of vitamin D on your face, practice self-care, take care of yourself, take care of others. Do what you need to do to survive this quarantine. We really want to come out of this, all of us. We should come out of this pandemic, out of this quarantine environment as better people. Okay? Have a great week.